Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got a weapon mod here. This is the standalone missile launcher, the M84 Gustav. What a name. Anyway, it looks just like the missile launcher, okay? Look, it's a missile launcher, alright? But this is a standalone missile launcher. So what that means is I currently have, as you see here, I have all the different variants. We got cryo rounds, frag rounds, heat rounds, which is high explosive anti-tank apparently, not actually fire, because napalm is fire. And then the nuke ones and a plasma one, and a pulse one for robots, and a smart one for homing. So we got a lot of things here, okay? But as you see here, I have the frag one equipped. If I was to shoot this, I lose it. It's a single-use missile launcher. So you might ask, what's the benefit to having a single-use missile launcher? Well, I mean, how many missiles do you plan on shooting? I mean, obviously, if you want to go around and shoot missiles at everything that's kind of your build, and you're like, I'm using power armor that can carry whatever I want. But maybe you can't carry whatever you want. So the thing is, you see here, the weight of these is 4. I mean, the nuke one's 5, but like much lighter missile launchers. And the cool thing about it, we can craft these here at the chemistry station. So they have their own section here, and there's lots of different ways to craft lots of different ones. Okay, so you can make a cryo one with cryogenic grenades or cryo mines or cryogenic grenades, and you need the idiot savant perk or the demolition expert, or maybe you don't need it because you can take one of these empty M84 Gustavs that are added to your inventory. After you shoot it, it's empty. You could put a new rocket in there by essentially using a cryogenic grenade and one missile to make a cryo missile. Or we can do frag, I think, pretty easily by doing one missile and one frag grenade. We craft that, and then we have a frag launcher we just spent back. So you could have a combination of these things, and we're going to show off why that's important here. I'm going to go to my cheat terminal portable because I don't actually think I have one currently. But we're going to go to items. We're going to go to weapons, explosives, launched, and we're going to give ourselves just default missile launcher, and then we're going to compare that weight, right? So we're going to go to the missile launcher, which should be below it here. We have a weight of 18.9. So you could almost hold five of these single shot missiles for one missile launcher. And then obviously, if you're carrying a huge amount of weight too, if you're in like a survival mode type situation, each of those missiles is extremely heavy. These don't actually carry missiles, right? So the 4 weight is the weight of the rocket and the weight of the rocket launcher, right? I'm not sure what the weight of the empty one is. Is it add? Let's check that again. Let's shoot the frag and see if I can find the empty one. So we shoot the frag just vaguely. The M84 Gustav, is that a weapon? Is it still listed as empty as a weapon? Like, empty is added, but like, what would it? Is it a misc? Like a piece of junk? I don't actually know where it goes. No, it's empty. So it weighs 2 as junk. So it loses half weight. And you could scrap it for steel, circuitry, and copper, which is kind of cool. So it does have some weight retained back as being an empty launcher, but like I said, you can always refill it. You got all the different varieties of rockets here, which is extremely cool and unique as a thing. And all different kinds of ways to craft these. I'm not going to go through each one of these, but obviously you can use cryo mines, cryo cells. You can use, missiles and fragmentation mines, or like I said, you can obviously refill them, which is a really cool concept. You can use your high explosive anti-tank, just with circuitry, copper, missile, and steel. If you have Idiot Savant, you just kind of threw some shit together, right? Idiot Savant's obviously one of the best perks in the game too, in terms of experience, no matter what your intelligence is. But it is kind of a unique thing to put that in there as a thing. Or you can use science if you have an empty one, right? If you don't have an empty one, if you don't have science, then you can't refill them, right? You're just kind of like dead. But then you could scrap them, get the components, and use those components to craft more of them anyway. And it's kind of like a self-fulfilling system. But the idea here is instead of carrying one missile launcher for those rare situations where you need to kill like a hard-to-kill target, your big old fucking Mirelurk Queens, your death claws, like whatever situation you show up, or just a big cluster of fucking ghouls, you're like, fuck them. I'm gonna fuck them to death. Or a pulse, right? Because robots are real fucking annoying, right? But you can carry one of each specialty rocket launcher, and you can carry 4 of them and still have less weight than one missile launcher, and not even counting the missiles in terms of survival mode or like that. So you could obviously have your variety here. Obviously, some of these you probably don't need. Like, you don't need frag necessarily. You could just use the high explosive anti-tank, which is just better frag because it does more damage, right? Like, or the napalm because it's just, the wider area effect might be like, that's for killing things that are soft, or like ghouls or whatever, right? Pulse for robots. Obviously you could just go hardcore, get nuka, and then just nuke anything. Like a portable mini nuke. The smart one obviously is very handy for hitting like really long range shots. We're gonna mess around with all of these. because I am. I want to shoot all of them off for sure. But we'll see. I mean, obviously the frag one's pretty self-explanatory. That's the one that's probably shooting the most like a regular missile launcher here. But like a nuke one, that's really cool. It even has like a star next to it, like it's legendary. So we're gonna try to shoot all of these off in a productive fashion, and I will see you guys when we get there. Alright, you guys, we're out here in the glowing sea. Apologize for the loud clicking. That is a mod I have installed, in case you're curious. That's what the loud clicking comes from. We have found a rad scorpion. So, what are we going to do? Plasma it, maybe? And just get that out of here. Shoot it with a bat shot. Obviously got completely destroyed. We get switched to empty immediately. That's okay. Switch to the frag, maybe? Because there should be more rad scorpions. Usually they travel in packs. There's another one here. We do have a crit. I guess we can hit the crit on it too. Because obviously that's the situations you save the rocket launcher for, right? You want to make sure you hit it. It's a regular rad scorpion. This frag rocket should kill it. Right? I don't know if rad scorpion is the most extreme situation that you'd want to necessarily... I should really take some Rad-X here. Here we go. Rad-X. On the go. So we get those rads down a little bit. Obviously we have extreme rad storm effects too. Apologize for that. You know, it's just my weather mod going nuts. We should try to find some robots too. We're going to get to that too. We're going to take the nuke one out though for now. And we're going to see if we can find some more shit to shoot. And I'll see you if I find it. There's literally a death claw here in my face. It's not that fucking close. But it's not like far enough away where I feel comfortable shooting this. But good enough, I guess. I didn't die. Obviously that was a big old nuclear explosion. Okay. I'm going to take some rad away too. Another Rad-X I guess too. But quickly heal up with a stim pack as well. We got some other rockets here. We got to try the smart rockets, obviously, at long range and try to like lock onto something, napalm and heat. I will see you guys when we find some different enemies, okay? This seems like a highly excessive use of this rocket here, but there's a dog over there. I just saw it. There's a dog. We got a heat rocket currently equipped, I believe. I mean, I guess we'll fuck around and find out. Is this a heat rocket? It is a heat. We should do the fire rocket, maybe? Napalm? Napalm the dog? I mean, that seems excessive and unnecessary. Obviously, but I don't see it anymore either. You hear me VATS clicking, right? I don't want to shoot the rocket obviously at point blank range, and obviously that's a big waste of a rocket. I'm just trying to show off all the different varieties of these. Ooh, gunshots though. That could be interesting. Let's try to sneak up on whatever this is. I think it's this direction. My headphones are currently kind of failing me, so I don't have the best sound. I promise. Ooh, this is a dog. The hidden bar was really moving. So they are close this way. There's a settler. Oh, it's a settler. Are the settlers fighting the dogs? Is that the deal here? That's not as exciting as I thought it would be. In terms of... yeah, me finding something good to shoot. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, everybody. Mirelurks. I hear them. You hear them. You hear them. There's no fucking way you don't. Hello, little seagull. Yeah, go ahead and fly off. You don't want to get hit with none of this fucking napalm launcher. There's a Mirelurk queen. Of all the things, I already shot my nuke launcher. You know? So, this is going to be a real good test of these other launchers. We should really probably equip something more powerful than napalm, though. Heat? The high explosive anti-tank. Is the Mirelurk queen a tank? Would we argue these things? Would we discuss these things in such a manner where... I mean, that doesn't do that much damage. But fuck it. It hit it. It hit hard. Okay. This gives us a chance. I mean, we could do the smart ones. We could lock on. And then be like, yeah, yeet. And it goes right to it. That hit it. It hurt it. The pulse is obviously not going to do a lot of damage here. Please do not even attempt to attack. Light it on fire. Big old exploding radius. Hopefully it kills all the little fucks it spawns in. Shoot it with the cryo. And then it's dead. Obviously that took a lot of rockets. That's the one we would have wanted to save the nuke for, to be fair. And the pulse one doesn't really make any sense on the soft shell here, but whatever. There it is. It still killed it. So, you know, if you needed to in those emergency situations where you only have the pulse left. And then obviously we have the regular missile launcher. We're just going to shoot just exactly the same, right? But you reload it. But so the main difference here is that weight difference of you can, and obviously the variety of rockets, you can't get any of that here. Oh, there's a big guy over there. Anyway, so the M84 Gustav standalone missile launcher is there as a purpose of like, I don't want to carry a missile launcher because it's heavy. I would like to carry single shot missiles so that way I can deal with specific situations on the fly. Obviously we didn't use the pulse on the robots and stuff because I didn't find any, but it is a situation where you can have those different missile launchers to kill those big heavy targets of specific varieties with specific different ammo types and stuff that would be beneficial, right? It'd be cool. It's a cool little concept for a mod. A very tiny mod too, obviously, because it just uses vanilla assets. It just changes up things on, like, you know, in a minor way, like to make it so it is a standalone rocket launcher. And obviously, we have a lot of empty ones now too. Like I said, if you have that science perk, you can use all these and craft more missile launchers off of them. Or you can obviously scrap them and use those parts to do it the other way if you have that kind of thing. So it's a cool little thing. I like this M84 Gustav mod, and I highly recommend you guys check it out for yourselves. If you are interested in doing so, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page. You can download this mod for yourselves there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like rating down below. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. That way you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.